to make my lives longer, but I decided to stop for a moment and just enjoy this. Can you see it? Can you see it? Yeah. Decided to do a little staycation or vacation, whichever way you want to look at it. I just decided to do that to take a few moments away. And I love to talk about getting moments away, spending time on yourself, allowing yourself to just take it all in, to be in the moment, to be fully present. So I chose today to go on the beach. It's a little rough out there. It's really rough. So I don't really think I'm going to go in. And if I do, it will just be right to the edge. But today, what do I want to talk about? I want to talk about some things, and especially for ladies and also for the men. It's going to be important that you listen to this, because if you have somebody that you truly care about, maybe this is something that they're going through. And my thing is always taking care of myself. And so, and we may say lately we're seeing this weight loss craze, right? We're seeing and it's not really a craze, because there are serious issues around weight, obesity, and other things. But that's one of the things that concerns a lot of women, whether we are considered overweight, underweight, whichever way. It's always something for us to always think about. And so I know that a lot of people in the news lately, maybe within the last year or so, people are talking about these weight loss medications, the semaglutide, the Manjura, Zepbound, and different formularies, different types, and why they chose to use it. And I have a friend right here on YouTube. She's doing really well with her community. And she's providing service. She's telling people how it's going, the weight that she has lost, the foods that she eat, and what happens, mentally, emotionally, and of course, physically, what's going on. So have I thought about it? I thought about it, I think it was earlier in the year. And actually, no, truthfully, last year. So I thought about it, there are different reasons why people go on weight loss medication, and or those specific medications, I should say, based upon what's going on with them. A lot of people were originally, of course, for their diabetes. And so if you go to your doctor and you decide to say, hey, I want to check my A1C, I want to see what's going on there, and other things that they'll need to look at. And then they'll say, hey, that's something that you may need. Maybe that will work for you, right? And so that's how folks started to, I know, because of years from me being a nurse and administering certain medications to our patients. And of course, you need to be under medical supervision in order to do that. That much I do know, right? That it's something that needs to be monitored. So yes, I thought about it. So what do you think about when you think of the different medications, the semaglutide, Wegovy, Manjaro, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong and forgive me, Zepbound, the different ones that they're out there, and sometimes it's just a different derivative. So I might have spoken about the same thing at the same time, right, in the same sentence. But that shows that if you're considering going on any of these meds, to do your research. For me, I may need to do more in-depth research. So some of the people that I've spoken to, or some of the results I've seen, they're pretty darn good and they're happy with it. And a few, I think I've only met 2 people who have had some form of, side effects, whether it's from the dehydration, the constipation. One person I know, she had a lot of projectile vomiting. That was her. So I'm not telling you all the ugly of it. I'm just saying that for any of us, including myself in that, if we do decide to do it, I decide to do it, more research, it's going to be necessary. And it's going to be necessary for me to know, is that something I want to do? Why am I talking about it while I'm at the beach? Well, a lot of us women, and like I say, some men, We think of weight loss, oh, I have this event to go to, or this wedding, or this outfit, this dress I'm trying to get into. Oh, I want to look great in my bathing suit. So I'm sitting here on the beach. Why am I doing this to myself? I'm doing it. I'm talking about it. I'm talking about, some of the things that I've thought about. And so if you have thought about it, or if you started, feel free to go ahead and drop in the comment section. Drop and let me know, what are you doing? Yes, some people say, well, why don't you just exercise? Why don't you just eat right? All of those things are taken into consideration. And from what I know, my friends who are on these different medications, they do have their, the physicians, they're under their primary caregiver service. And so those things are included. So yes, let me know what your thoughts are, and what were you thinking? What made you say, oh, I want to do it, and then another thing that I don't think it's for me. So that's the thing, is it for you or isn't it? Yes, and if you're just tuning in, hi everybody, it's Sharon, RN to CEO. I'm talking about weight loss medications that are being distributed, people who are using them. I'm sure right here on this platform you can Google some of the names and you'll find some of the programs, and there are people out there who are offering amazing service. Why am I thinking about it while I'm on the beach? I don't know. Every time you put on a bathing suit, every time there's a dress or something, you sometimes think, and I'm going to be honest, I could lose a little bit here and there. But for me, my thing is my health, right? I've always been a very active person. I used to love my spin class. Years ago, I used to run, guys. I really used to run. That's many years ago. And for me, that was good. And after many years being a nurse on the floor, your feet, your back, everything else. So I started to find other exercises that I loved and that were easier for me, such as a spin class, or cycling as they now call it. Many of the gyms that would carry the cycling, they're no longer there. So I had to find another way. Also, walking is amazing. If you have heel spurs or plantar fasciitis, yeah, that hurts. So they're saying get therapy for it. Go get an injection. All sorts of things. So I'm just being really honest with you that even with life changing, we have to find other ways, other things that's easier for us. The diet, they're saying 80% is your diet. And for me, a really big thing is movement, moving, walking, the cycling. I want to get back to that. I don't have, let's talk about cycling. I don't have the Peloton, but I am a part of the app because somebody I know, I was able to sign up under them. So I have a regular bike and I get on it. And I go onto the Peloton classes, right? Because for me, one of the things really is my cardio. I want to keep that going. I did a video and I took a while before I made it public because I was going up the steps and I was breathing hard. And so when I heard it, I was like, oh no, I don't want anybody to hear this. And then after a while, I said, you know what, the video is like 9 minutes long. I need longer videos here on this platform. So I'm just going to let it go and they can listen to me breathe. Yes, I try to at first run up the steps and start the video. Not a good thing. But yeah. So I thought of that and I was like, ooh, I was a little bit embarrassed going up those steps and breathing a little bit hard. And I was like, nah. For me, also, last, at the time of this recording, it was November of last year, I went to Costa Rica and I was able to zip line. I was able to go up those steep hills and then to go down and enjoy the waterfalls and so forth. You actually had to go down. Coming back up, going down, to me, you still feel it. So for me, I'm like, you know what? I like this outdoor stuff. I ended up doing the zip line and I was yelling and screaming the whole way. I don't want to do this. Why do we need to do this? I'm fine just being on the ground. And then I did the first 2 zip lining and I ended up doing, it's called the longest zip lining in Central America. Can you believe that? I did it because I tried to quit. I tried to quit. When I tried to quit by the third one, they said, okay, then you got to zip over there to get off. I'm like, what? So it ended up about 7 different places that I needed to zip to. So it ended up that I did that. And a few people were like, wow, Sharon, you were able to, you handled this. Yeah, I handled it, but I felt it. So if you're like me and you're saying, you know what, I want to focus more on my health, especially the season that I'm in, what can I do? Who can I add to my team, right? Because many of us, we have a business coach, we have a mindset coach, we may have therapists, we may have other things. And now I'm thinking about a nutritionist. It's a good idea because our bodies are changing, especially for women in perimenopause, pre, in menopause and post. Our bodies have changed. And men too, this is important for you to know. So if your wife gets a little bit grouchy and her emotions are all over the place more than usual, it's possible that she's going through the change, or she's been in the change. She might have been in it for quite a while. So that's why these conversations need to be had, and find and seek out the professionals who can really support us, because it's really about a better quality of life. What do you want that life to look like? So for me, definitely a nutritionist is, I'm going to add that on board. Some people say, oh, that may be expensive and I can't afford it. I was looking at my insurance, especially if you have insurance and they have something about a nutritionist. And I'm like, and I saw that since earlier in the year. So I need to be proactive. I need to be proactive and make that phone call. And that's one of the things about being a coach. You need other coaches. You need other people to support you. You need other people to hold the space for you. Because trying to do it on your own, that's too much. Yeah, I need coaches also. So if you don't know, my coaching business, I hold other people accountable, whether it's business and in the personal development space. Yeah, so because the two comes together, but self-care is huge. Self-care is big. And so that's something that we should add in. Let me show you a little bit of the beach so you can see it. I can't really see my screen here, but let's try. Yeah, it's pretty, the winds are pretty strong. I'm hoping that you can hear me okay. The water, they have some yellow flags, so that's caution. So I'm going to take it easy. I'm not going to really go in, but I wanted to come out and, just to enjoy, just to be, and of course, to come on this app. And when I say this app right here, I'm requesting that if you'd be so kind to like and subscribe, and always come back. You can hit the notification bell. And my videos right now, building a YouTube channel, my gosh, there's just so much to learn. I never really thought of it. I have other channels. I never really thought of it. I just post things here and there. But understanding more, and, my niche, my audience is out there and doing what I need to do to have my people who view this to tune in. Before this, I did a lot of radio. I do a lot on the audio app. That's where I'm most comfortable, because for me, it is just talking. Here, I got to show up and make sure I'm wearing lip gloss. Maybe, maybe not, right? But I'm going to say I've met really nice people, amazing people, because they say like attracts like. And so if you are a good-hearted person, if you want peace and joy and love in your life, that's the season that I'm in. Those are the people I want to attract, not the people who are going to come in and disturb my peace. I don't think I need to give them the time of day for that, because it's not worth it. It's not worth getting myself worked up over people that I've never met or people I don't know. Why? Why give them that energy? And sometimes too, it's just to get the attention, this attention seeking. So you have to make a decision when it comes to your health, your wellness. What do I need to do? If I go to the doctor and they say, hey, let's look at your numbers, your A1C, what does that look like? What is that? I always tell people Google can be your best friend, because I'm not here giving medical advice. I'm just speaking from my experience. What does that look like? Well, I have to watch my intake, of what I take in when it comes to the sugary and the sweet and a lot of carbs and all those different things. I have to watch that. It's tempting. You want to look at that. You want to look at your lipid profiles. You know, they talk about the good ones and the bad ones. Where should your numbers be? And where do you need to make adjustments accordingly? I have to do that. Many people I know have to do it, or they choose to do it. You don't have to, but you choose to do it. Do you want to change your diet? Do you want to say, you know, instead of so much protein, especially when it comes to the meats, if you eat meats, how much of that am I going to take in? How many times out of the week am I going to have that? So these are some things, are serious questions we have to ask ourselves, because if not, if I don't take care of my health, what are the alternatives? What else? And what's the quality of life you want? I want the quality of life as long as I can have it. You know, getting up in the morning, knowing who I am, whose I am, my mind, body, soul, and spirit. Yes, I want that. I want to be healthy enough to move around, to go upstairs and down the stairs, to go swimming. One of the things, if you guys don't know, I love to swim. Look at some of my shorts. You may see one or two of those shorts. And I actually like to swim in the ocean, believe it or not. I'm not crazy about pools. Every now and then I may go into a pool, but the ocean for me is the best thing. It's the best part of it all. All right, so the sun is really in my face and I cannot see the screen. But yeah, I just wanted to stop in for a moment. I wanted to chat a little bit. And so, yes, I started talking about, you know, releasing any weight, not to body shame anybody or anybody to body shame me, whichever way. I'm not into that. But we know that there's certain things that we need to do. And then in some cases, in some people's cases too, medications can make you put on some weight. There's certain meds that will do that. Certain surgeries, after you have them, your body is no longer the same. So it's a little bit different. It takes a while to recalibrate, right? And that's when I was saying, what else to support? Do I need to get me some Wegovy or Wegovy, I should say. I might have been saying it wrong, or the semaglutide, the Zepbound, the Manjaro, whatever it is I need. Do I need to add that on board? Actually, my doctor said to me, I'm going to be truthful here, transparent. I said, you know, I thought about it. She was like, you can start off with this. Maybe we'll do that. But then she said, you know, I want you to get back on your bike and I want you to start cycling again. I want you to come up with a routine, because the thing about it is it's not just a fix. This thing is going to fix. I have to keep moving. So that's the thing, you know, is it going to solve everything? No. But what I need to do, and I'm speaking personally now for me, what I need to do is to be more consistent with my routine, get the people who can support me, and the same for you, a coach or a mentor, or even an accountability partner. There's some accountability groups that I'm going to join that to make sure that, hey, are you out there? Are you walking this? How many miles? I've had friends that on the app on their phone that they've been able to do that, you know, how many miles did you walk? So that's a great way. Accountability partners are good. A nutritionist is amazing. A coach that you work out with, that's amazing. If you don't have the funds to do that, that's where the accountability will come in. And then, oh gosh, I don't even know you guys can see me there. The accountability will come in, and then get somebody to support you while you walk. You know, find a walking club, things like that, things that I've done before and that I'm considering doing because of our schedule. And so for me, instead of being so rigid, it's a thing that I like to do. Maybe today I'll walk for 45 minutes for an hour. If not, the next day I could cycle for an hour. Do I need to do weight-bearing exercises like lifting weights? Absolutely. After a certain age, ladies and gentlemen, we need to do weight-bearing activities because our bones need it. So all the research into this, all the things that make sense, and the professionals who are able to support us can have us, you know, living a much better life. Yeah. That's all I had to share today. If there are any comments, you could drop them below because I cannot really see. I cannot see the, I can't see it. For some reason, I don't know. Is it the sunshine? For some reason, the screen is dark. I can't see y'all. But hopefully, this has been able to support you. Let me know. Have you taken any of these medications to help to support you in losing weight? How did it help you? What are the pros and the cons of it? I mean, you may not be able to tell me everything, but what was it like for you and why you chose to do it? And what are you doing also while you are taking these medications, right? Yeah. So once again, that's my 2 cents. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share this if you may. I can't see all of me. I can't see all of me. Hopefully you were able to see this. And when I get back in, I'll know how this turned out. All right, everybody, until next time, take care. Bye.